Your top stories this evening, sponsored by Courts Bringing Value Home. Drug groups threaten life of CANU head. International partners alerted. Show the evidence. Mohamed says he never visited nor applied for a Venezuelan visa. Dr. Todd hammers government on corruption allegations and poor management of the economy. And the CXC results to be released soon. HGP Nightly News begins now. Good evening to our viewers here in Guyana and online. I'm ALETHEA Grant with the Wednesday, 13th August 2025 edition of the HGP Nightly News. This is what you should know this evening. Guyana's international partners have been alerted to an active death threat against the head of Guyana's anti-narcotics agency. Here is that story. The life of head of the Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit, James Singh, is being threatened by a very powerful Spanish-speaking criminal group involved in drug trafficking. Quote, "What's happening is that them man getting real impatient and fed up with the big man, so they won't throw him down," end of quote, according to one of the threats against Singh. Nightly News was told that Singh has been disrupting the group's operation by seizing their drugs on local shores. Quote, "These threats coincide with heightened operations against criminal drug trafficking elements," end of quote, a source told Nightly News. Various WhatsApp and other instant messaging chats are among the evidence collected. Guyana's international partners, including the United States Drug Enforcement Agency, have been informed. In a statement, the agency described the matter as, quote, "a direct threat to the safety and well-being," end of quote, of Singh, and, quote, "an attempt to intimidate the unit and undermine its mandate to combat narcotics trafficking in Guyana and the wider region," end of quote. CANU said enhanced security protocols have been implemented for Singh and all members of the unit, with local and foreign partners closely monitoring the situation and addressing potential risks. According to the statement, recent joint operations with both local and international law enforcement agencies have disrupted major drug trafficking networks tied to criminal organizations in South America and the Caribbean. These efforts, which have led to significant narcotic seizures, have also attracted the hostility of those whose illegal operations were targeted. Quote, "Threats of this nature will not deter us from executing our duties with integrity, professionalism, and unwavering commitment to the people of Guyana," end of quote, CANU declared. The unit reaffirmed its commitment to strengthening partnerships with the Guyana Police Force, the Guyana Defense Force, the Guyana Revenue Authority, and the regional and international allies to safeguard personnel and maintain operational effectiveness. A tit-for-tat over an alleged visit to the Venezuelan embassy, a government running scared, while Azzuddin Mohamed says, "Show us the proof." We have more details in this report. Presidential candidate of the We Invest in the Nationhood Party, Azzuddin Mohamed, has challenged the government and the Venezuelan embassy in Guyana to prove that he had been visiting the Venezuelan embassy and applying for a visa. Mohamed, in a press statement, said, "The, quote, allegations are once again baseless, malicious, and a politically motivated smear campaign," end of quote, designed to distract from government corruption. It was Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation Todd who appeared on a Department of Public Information's special program Monday afternoon, stating that the ministry, quote, "summoned the ambassador to a meeting, after which they discovered that the Mohameds were frequently visiting the Venezuelan embassy, and that the Venezuelan ambassador had, quote-unquote, confirmed that they had visited to apply for visas to travel to Caracas. Todd also attempted to link these supposed actions to a U.S. congressman's comments about gold smuggling and money laundering and Mohamed's alleged ties to the Maduro regime. Mohamed said, He has never visited the Venezuelan embassy, nor has he applied for a visa to travel to Venezuela. To this end, he says the Venezuelan embassy should produce the proof, present any record of his entry to the embassy, show the Guyanese people a single shred of documentation of him applying for a visa. Mohamed said it is the Ali administration who is in bed with the government of Venezuela, and this presents a looming danger to our national sovereignty. With just 19 days away until the September 1 polls, Dr. Paul Williams, a former Deputy Commissioner of Police, is advising the nation's men and women in uniform to act in accordance with the law in the advent of a crisis. Antonio Day reports.
While addressing residents of Hassington, East Coast, Demerara, during a public meeting held on Tuesday, Dr. Paul Williams, former Deputy Commissioner of Police, urged those in uniform to revere the laws of Ghana's constitution should a crisis develop on Elections Day. Dr. Williams, a candidate for the Partnership for National Unity, was speaking in the context of police officers who do not follow the standard operating procedures when tensions arise during an election period.
Members of the force, remember you will stand and fall by your records. So don't allow yourself to be used.
The APNU candidate also warned officers that come September 1 not to be subject to political direction or manipulation.
Ensure that your instructions are clear. And 2, read the law. Read the law, because you can be given instructions, despite it may appear to be clear, but they are wrong. Read the law, because why? I know in all my service, on election day, the police try to de-escalate rather than escalating situation.
Dr. Williams made it clear that the duties of private security officials do not supersede those of the Ghana Police Force at the respective polling stations come Elections Day.
No private security is superior to the police force or the joint services. It is a police force, and if the police so requires assistance, the GDF will come on board. I'm calling upon you, Hassington. I'm calling upon you, Guyana, to ensure that on polling day, you stand vigilant.
The former Deputy Commissioner of Police said that those in law enforcement at no point should try to disenfranchise anyone from fulfilling their constitutional mandate to vote.
The police are to ensure that no one is being disenfranchised who comes to vote. So please, you are not responsible for putting no one out of the polling station.
The APNU candidate also reminded that police officers are required to be inside polling stations during the tabulation of results.
You're to ensure that you be inside the polling station at the closing of the poll and at the counting of the ballots. Be inside, that is your duty. No one is to lock you outside and tell you guys stand outside and watch the door. You're to be inside and to see that everything goes the way it ought to.
Antonio Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
More news after the break. Stay with us.
Welcome to SNL Electrical Inc., where lighting and electrical needs are met with expertise and style. From the latest in electrical lamps to durable cables, circuit breakers, panels, we have it all. Illuminate your space with our elegant chandeliers, stunning crystal lights, and versatile pole lights. Looking to upgrade your comfort? Explore top-of-the-line AC units and our diverse selections of stylish styles. Visit us at 170-180 Thomas Street, Kitty, Georgetown. Discover a solution that not only lights up your world but transforms it. Call us on telephone number 226-3018 or 223-1634. SNL Electrical Inc., powering your life with elegance, quality.
You never vote neither. So you don't know if anybody gonna know which party you vote for.
Not because I never vote. I know that when I vote, nobody can see which party I voting for.
Why should I believe you? You.
Let me help you with something, young man. The young lady is correct. The freedom to vote for a political party of your own choice on election day is yours. Nobody will know which political party you voted for. Once you would have marked your ballot paper and folded it as directed, nobody will see which political party you would have voted for after you would have placed your ballot paper in the ballot box. You're guaranteed that your vote will remain a secret.
Oh, thanks, big man. For sure, I'm gonna vote on election day. Now to feel confident that nobody will know which party I'm gonna vote for.
For more information, contact the GCOM on 225-027729 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Krishna Rolf Establishment. No job is too small or too large. We specialize in all types of fabricating machinery, excavator repairs, rice field pumps, and hydraulic hoses. Visit us at Lot 113, Block CC, Monrepo, East Coast, Demerara, or call 220-962-4, 629-4021, or 619-7880. At Krishna Rolf Establishment, no job is too small or too large.
The HGP Nightly News. Attorney at Law Dr. Dexter Todd hammered the People's Progressive Party civic government over allegations of gold smuggling and poor management of the economy. Dr. Todd, a candidate for a Partnership for National Unity, was speaking at a Haslington meeting on the east coast of Demerara Tuesday evening. Here is that story.
Dr. Todd, in his address to the residents of Haslington on the East Coast, laid out that the Partnership for National Unity is way better at managing this country. He surmised that with limited budgets compared to now, the previous government had by far outweighed what the People's Progressive Party civic government has done given its access to Guyana's vast resources over the years.
Because they are so corrupt. You're seeing unraveled right now one set of stories of gold smuggling. You really think gold smuggling happening now? Gold smuggling happening 20-something years under the PPPC. It is laughable when the rat said that he is going to clamp down. I don't know why Facebook don't shut that man down.
He also called out the incumbent for its role in raising false hopes, a reality that appears to now be settling in.
We have for many years been told many lies. And many of us have come up in a culture in which we have seen things, and because we have seen the PPP operating in a particular way, we have said to ourselves that is what the truth is.
Doctor, in a teachable moment, in highlighting to Haslington residents the fact that there is no way you can compare two non-equals.
First lie that the PPP has said to us is that there can be a comparison between the David Grander's administration, the APNU AFC, back then in 2015, and their now government.
Dr. Todd laid down analysis after analysis demonstrating why the APNU remains the choice to lead Guyana.
The other lie they have said to us is that they are now doing better for us. But we cannot evaluate the PPP for 5 years.
This is Marvin Cato reporting for HGP Nightly News.
The Alliance for Change on Tuesday outlined additional plans intended to improve national development through a private sector policy, ITC integration, a vision for Region 5, citizenship and immigration. Marvin Cato has more.
The Alliance for Change yesterday continued its rollout of its manifesto promises through a private sector policy catering to ITC integration, a Region 5 vision, and citizenship, immigration, and refugee policy being served up. The party says through advances in technology, manufacturing, agriculture, and other services will be crucial for Guyana's future. This policy outlines how to remove barriers, drive value-added production, and embed ICT throughout for a modern, diversified, and inclusive economy. It addresses real constraints as highlighted by entrepreneurs and institutions. Region 5 is one of Guyana's richest agricultural zones, from rice and cash crops to cattle, poultry, and fish. It is home to the Mahaika-Maikoni Abari project and holds the potential to become the national center of livestock transformation. In this regard, the AFC proposed. The party says it has concrete plans that will transform and sustain the livestock sector, designed to reduce poverty, create jobs, preserve rural livelihoods, and build wealth for farming communities across Region 5. The party says it will ensure that livestock and crop production systems are built to meet market needs, both locally and abroad. Agribusiness incubators with access to land, grants or soft loans, technical training, and guaranteed market access targeting young people, women, and vulnerable groups that are seeking opportunities in the livestock value chain will be established. As Guyana evolves into a dynamic oil-rich economy, its immigration and citizenship laws must support growth, protect national interests, and uphold human dignity, the party said in its manifesto. Turning its attention to its immigration framework, the AFC said its response will be humanely and efficiently executed to address refugee and humanitarian needs, particularly from regional neighbors facing crises such as Haiti, Venezuela, and Cuba. It said it will categorize entry that is skilled and is investment-oriented for migrants, will fast-track medium-term permits, 3 to 5 years, with performance evaluations. Permit holders may work and invest but are not automatically eligible for voting or citizenship. Addressing a pathway to residency and citizenship, the party says permanent residency available after 5 years of continuous legal stay with demonstrable contribution, taxes, skilled work, investment, land ownership, and safeguards will also be assured under an AFC-led government, with plans to ensure foreign nationals are restricted from owning agricultural or strategic lands, but may lease for up to 99 years. The AFC so far has been comprehensive in its plans for the upcoming general and regional election and has shown the electorate what can be possible with clearly thought out plans. This is Marvin Cato reporting for HGP Nightly News.
The Ministry of Education continues to take steps to increase access to education across the hinterland. Plans are in motion for the construction of a brand new primary school in Haiti, Region 1. Minister of Education Prem Manikchand officially turned the sod for the multi-million-dollar project, which aims to deliver modern facilities to students and teachers. Jada June reports.
The Minister of Education, Prem Manikchand, on Monday led the sod-turning ceremony for the construction of a new primary school in Aradia, Morocco, Sub-District, Region 1.
This is a project that we had discussed with the community before. The IDB was supposed to do it, but the processes with some of the IFIs take really long, and we couldn't wait any longer.
The project is part of the government's ongoing investment in educational infrastructure across Guyana, with a focus on bridging the gap between the hinterland and the coastland with better access to quality education. Minister Manikchand highlighted the importance of the project, noting that the new facility with the existing buildings will curb issues such as overcrowded and structural problems.
The government's local funds will be doing this. The government is overtaking this project, and that's because the Santa Rosa Primary School is overcrowded.
Local leaders welcome the initiative, expressing optimism about the opportunities it will create for children in the area. Construction is expected to commence immediately, with completion anticipated in the coming year. The sod-turning of the Haiti Primary School forms part of the Ministry of Education's broader strategy to modernize learning spaces nationwide, ensuring that all students can learn in an environment that supports academic excellence.
We're building or have built 24 new primary schools across Guyana. We have reconstructed, by that I mean broken down and rebuilt 21 new primary schools. And we have significantly extended 36 primary schools across Guyana.
Jada June reporting for HGP Nightly News.
Stay tuned. We have more news for you on the other side of this break.
Planning a cleanup? We can help. Vaughn's Waste Management skip bins can be provided for home renovation projects, yard cleanup, or construction project. It's simple. Step 1, give us a call. Step 2, we put down the bin. Step 3, load it up with all of your junk. Step 4, we take it away. That's simple. Bins are also available in various sizes, so there is no job that is too big or too small. Call Vaughn's Waste Management today at 218-1455.
Smart Minds Educational Institute, offering preschool, nursery, and primary levels. Finally, a school that is every parent's dream. Located at 69 Crow Street, offering academic excellence, trained qualified teachers, small class sizes, personalized care, and one-to-one attention for your little ones. So if your child is for preschool, nursery, or primary level, come to Smart Mind, located at 69 Crow Street, or call 231-4885 or 600-9229 to enroll now.
Man, woman, girl, and boy, feel the CPL joy from every nation in the Caribbean. Larger than life, we're building legends in this Caribbean nation. We're all in. It's CPL time.
We're all in. Republic Bank, title sponsor and official bank of the Republic Bank Caribbean Premier League.
When you are identified at the polling station as the voter you claim to be, you will be given a ballot paper for you to vote. The election official who gives you the ballot paper must stamp it in your presence at the back of the top section and bottom section with the official 6-digit number of the polling station. If you are given an unstamped ballot paper to vote, it is your right to insist that it must be stamped correctly before you accept it to cast your vote. If you vote on a ballot paper that is not stamped with a 6-digit number, your vote will not be counted because a ballot paper that is not stamped is not valid. It is your constitutional right and civic duty to vote at the upcoming general and regional elections, providing you are listed in the official list of electors. Vote early on election day. For further information, contact GCOM on 225-027-729, 226-6557, 223-9650, or visit the GCOM website at www.gcom.org.gy.
With the HGP Nightly News, students across Guyana are counting down the hours to the release of the 2025 Caribbean Secondary Examinations Council results. The ministry will officially announce the results before the end of this week. Jada June has that story.
We are going to be announcing the CXC results on Friday, 15th of August. That's Friday coming.
That was Minister of Education Priya Manichand confirming that the CXC results for the May-June 2025 examinations will be released soon. Students will also be able to access their grades online through the CXC student portal.
On the 15th at 2 o'clock, sign in so you can see the Guyana results, the results for Guyanese students at this year's CSEC and CAPE exams.
After overcoming the academic obstacles, the Minister of Education additionally acknowledged the poor results from the pupils from the previous year and the new initiatives that will be introduced in 2026.
The entire Caribbean did very poorly last year, in mathematics particularly, and CXC is going to implement some new programs starting 2026. But Guyana didn't wait on that. We implemented a new intervention where we gave to all our children scientific calculators, graph books, all the textbooks, past papers organized by topics, geometry sets, all that they needed.
The exact figure relating to the number of students who wrote the CXC examinations was not released. However, it was noted that approximately 10,000 students were expected to sit English Paper 2 and an equal number for mathematics, according to the ministry. Jada June reporting for HGP Nightly News.
Antonio Day now tells us that the Georgetown Chamber of Commerce and Industry successfully concluded the 2025 edition of its National Small Business Week, where some 50 small and medium-sized enterprises were able to showcase their products and give insight on the importance of capacity building and networking opportunities in the business consortium. Here's that story.
The National Small Business Week, a flagship event, saw the participation of roughly 50 businesses, entrepreneurs, and students who provided insights in areas critical to business development. Cathy Smith, the president of the Georgetown Chamber of Commerce and Industry, noted that the event in its third consecutive year attracted more thriving small and medium-sized enterprises.
It's an event where we get the opportunity to partner with organizations to actually support the work of small businesses, and not just support their existing work, but to try to see how we can help them to scale or accelerate as to where they are.
Small and medium-sized enterprises benefited from a series of completed workshops which focused on areas such as small business management, accessing finance through the Small Business Bureau loan facility, quality management principles, financial management, and record keeping. Smith reported that the exposition this year attracted more diverse enterprises, particularly those in logistics.
That are involved in logistics, you're seeing some in dentistry, of course, cake and pastry is a big thing here. You're seeing persons in construction, you're seeing those who are involved in janitorial operations. So it's good to see a wide cross-section of small businesses.
This year's National Small Business Week was hosted on the theme, Funding Innovation Building a Sustainable Future for MSMEs. The event served as an affirmation of GCCI's commitment to shaping an enabling environment for small and medium-sized enterprises, while ensuring that Guyana's small businesses have the capacity, access, and partnerships to successfully immersing themselves in the country's business landscape. Antonio Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Stay tuned for regional news.
With a new look, new style, with the same great taste in the 250 ml can. Everybody run out now. Go and go grab one. Me charge up with a turbo 250 ml at your favorite spot. Wait, sell. New look, new can, same vibes. Jinxing, energize up your life. Vibes up, work time, anytime we are turn up the party with turbo can. Turbo can, turbo can, turbo can. Now available in the new 250 ml can. Turbo energy drink. Charge up today.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the moment you've been waiting for. Step right up because it's time for Digicel's $12 million punch and win. Top up with just $1,000 or more for a shot at winning up to $2 million weekly. That's right, up to $2 million weekly. 6 weeks, $2 million per week. Will you be one of our lucky winners? There's only one way to find out. Top up, punch, and win. Only with Digicel. Digicel, better connected.
This Saturday and Sunday, come down to Gafurs' all-new home and office center, upstairs of the MacDo Mega Complex. We got everything to fix up your place. Recliners, TVs, refrigerators, chandeliers, kitchen appliances, fitness equipment, outdoor furniture, toys, back-to-school bags, all under one roof at prices you can't beat. We open Saturday from 7:30 to 4 and Sunday from 9 to 4. And here it is. You getting 10% off store-wide every Sunday. So don't miss this opportunity to save big. Call 223-9896 or come down this weekend to Gafurs' all-new home and office center, upstairs of the MacDo Mega Complex. Gafurs, the name you can trust. See you there.
What's going on here, man? Why do the two of y'all look so gloomy?
Uncle Joe,
You know, thief man in we house and thief all we valuables, including the ID card. Now election come around and we want to go vote. We ain't get no ID card to identify ourselves. No, we can't go vote.
Well, you need to apply to GCOM to have your ID cards replaced. But you need not to worry that you won't be able to vote because you don't have your ID cards. GCOM has put other measures in place to accurately identify voters like you who may not have the ID cards.
Well, how they gonna do that? How they gonna know is we name on the list if we don't have ID to prove it?
In addition to your ID card, voters can present their valid passports or valid driver's license if they have these.
Really?
But further, GCOM has placed your photograph alongside your name on a folio which will be at the polling station. And if you go to the polling station without a photo ID, you will be asked to state your name and address. The elections official will look at your face and then compare it with the photo alongside your name on the folio to confirm that they are the same. Then you'll have to answer some questions to verify your identity. If the election official is satisfied that you are the person who you claim to be, you will be allowed to vote after taking an oath of identity.
So you get to vote?
Yes.
For more information, contact the GCOM on 225-0277-9 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
What about the nurses, the teachers? What about the police workers, the police officers who would have worked prior to 1992? Aren't they equally important? Aren't they equally important?
On September 1st, vote the key. Vote AFC.
Good evening and welcome to Wednesday's edition of the Regional News. We begin with news in Jamaica. The Jamaica Labour Party leader and Prime Minister, Dr. Andrew Holness, told supporters on Tuesday that the ruling party is targeting traditional strongholds of the opposition, People National Party, as even the government's strongest critics are unable to deny that it has managed the country well. And I quote, "We're going to be campaigning in every constituency. We are going to be reaching out to every voter. This notion that somehow there is a certain set of voters who are blind to reason, that notion is steadily being destroyed as the Jamaican electorate matures," Holness said as he kicked off the JLP's cross-country campaign in Williamsfield in Manchester North Western, 2 days after he announced parliamentary elections for September 3rd. And I quote, "Your constituency is currently held by the opposition, but I want it to be known that we are not writing off any constituency," Holness told Labour Rights as he shored up support for Damien Young, the party's aspirant for the seat. In the 2020 general elections, Phillips won the constituency with 5,617 votes to Young's 4,885. It has been over 40 years since Manchester Northwest has experienced real prosperity and experienced service by the Jamaica Labour Party. I'm here to break that period of drought. I'm here to usher in that change and that development for this constituency, Young told the supporters. Over to news in Brazil. 6 men and 3 women have died in a blast at an explosive factory near the Brazilian city of Curitiba in southern Paraná state, emergency officials say. The explosion happened on Tuesday morning, local time, when a number of people were on shift in the factory. 7 people were also injured and emergency personnel with sniffer dogs searched for the 9 missing workers. Given the devastating damage at the site, Paraná's security minister later announced that there was no longer any hope of finding survivors. The company that owns the factory, NX, said that it was investigating what could have caused the explosion. The blast in Cuatro Barras near the state capital Curitiba happened just before 6 a.m. local time. Residents from nearby towns reported being woken up by the sound. And I quote, "Within a radius of approximately 1.5 kilometers, we have houses that were hit with broken windows, damaged structures, and a U-shock wave," a spokeswoman for the fire department said. The local authorities said that the firm had all the necessary licenses to operate at the site, where it had been operating for 5 decades. And finally, with news in Haiti. U.S. federal prosecutors have announced criminal charges against Jimmy Cherisher, the Haitian gang leader known as Barbecue, who leads an alliance of gangs that control much of the capital of Port-au-Prince. The indictment charges that Mr. Cherisher, as well as U.S. citizen Basil Richardson, 48 solicited funds from the Haitian diaspora community in the U.S. to help pay gang members and buy firearms in violation of U.S. sanctions. Mr. Cherisher, a former police officer who is at large in Haiti, leads the group Biz Asnan, which means live together. The U.S. is offering $5 million for information leading to his arrest. The group has been accused of multiple murders, kidnappings, and attacks on infrastructure. And I quote, "There is a good reason that there is a $5 million reward for information leading to Cherisher's arrest," U.S. Attorney Janine Pirro said at a news conference on Tuesday. Continuing, "He's a gang leader responsible for heinous human rights abuses, including violence against American citizens in Haiti." Prosecutor says that he's suspected of playing a key role in the 2018 La Sagne massacre, in which 71 people were killed, more than 400 houses were destroyed, and at least 7 women raped. Mr. Richardson, who was arrested in Texas last month, is a naturalized U.S. citizen who grew up in Haiti, prosecutors say. Thank you for watching. I am Antonio Day. Goodbye for now, and do be safe.
Drug groups threaten life of CANU head. International partners alerted. Show the evidence. Mohamed says he never visited nor applied for a Venezuelan visa. Dr. Todd hammers government on corruption allegations and poor management of the economy. And CXC results to be released soon. Those are our major headlines. For these stories and more, please go to our website. It's www.hgptv.com. I'm ALETHEA Grant. Thanks for watching.